Old Marylebone Town Hall is probably London's most iconic place to get married, and in this video I'm going to give you the full guide on what it's like to get married there, including, well, we're going to have a look at the different ceremony rooms there, the best places for photographs, and a few ideas of where you might want to celebrate after the ceremony. My name's Gary Williams. I am a London wedding photographer, and I specialise in taking photographs for people who want beautiful photos. Of course, it's your wedding day, but you don't like to pose. And Old Marylebone Town Hall is one of those venues where I photograph weddings most often. It is a very grand, very elegant place. It's full of history. And yet what I like about it is somehow it still manages to feel relaxed and welcoming on a wedding day. It really does have that classic London feel, and I think it's one of those venues that actually looks particularly good in black and white photographs. Lots of celebrities have tied the knot here, from Paul McCartney, Liam Gallagher, Judy Garland, and more recently Dua Lipa, so you're going to be in very good company. Now, one of the biggest advantages is actually the location. So you are right in the heart of central London, just a few minutes walk away from Baker Street Underground Station. So it's incredibly easy for guests to get here. There's also plenty of taxis nearby, and there's room for wedding cars to pull up right outside the entrance. Now, parking, well, it's possible, but you know, this is central London, so I would really recommend, wherever possible, you arrive in public transport or get an Uber, get a taxi, something like that. Now, when you arrive, the first thing that strikes you is this magnificent stone facade and those iconic columns, which are famous for a reason. I mean, they just look amazing. A great backdrop to your confetti photographs after the ceremony. Now, although this town hall is, or can, I should say, get very, very busy, particularly on weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, it is extremely well organized. They kind of have to be. The registrars and the staff keep everything running very smoothly, so you're never going to feel rushed. So let's now take a look inside, and through the entrance we've got a lovely lobby area. The loos are off to the side, and the grand marble staircase, which is such a nice spot for photographs after the ceremony, is right in front of you. Now, up the stairs you'll see a long corridor, and actually all of the ceremony rooms are along here. Now, one of the great things about Old Marylebone Town Hall is the choice of ceremony rooms, and there really is something for every size of wedding, from just the two of you and a handful of guests right up to a much larger celebration. So let's start with the Westminster room. Now, this is the largest. It feels really grand, but it's not intimidating. There is a proper aisle if you'd like a traditional entrance, and there's plenty of room for me to move around discreetly and photograph the ceremony without really getting in anybody's way, which is nice for me, well, and for them as well. It also accommodates up to around about 100 guests. So next, I'm going to show you the Knightsbridge and the Mayfair rooms. Now, both of these are ideal for medium-sized weddings of about 30 guests or so. So for smaller weddings, there are several beautiful options. So let's start with the Paddington room. It is tiny, but it's cute. It's very charming, and it holds up to 8 guests. You've then got the Soho room for around 13 guests. It's a really cozy room. I love the sofas in here. It just gives it a very welcoming feel. It's quite nice and inviting. The Marylebone room accommodates up to 12 guests. It's got a different vibe really to the Soho, but it's still absolutely lovely. And finally, the Pimlico room, which is quite similar to the Marylebone and holds around 20 guests. As you can see, each room has got its own character, but they're all gorgeous, and I think it really just comes down to the number of guests that you're expecting on the day. So, after the ceremony, we normally have a few minutes for some photos in the lovely corridor, heading towards the exit for your confetti moment. Now, after that, we can stay on those famous front steps for taking your family photographs, and if we've got time, and we can usually squeeze it in, I really like to take advantage of these beautiful architectural features, these beautiful alcoves underneath the portico. Now, if you've got a little bit of time before the reception, Marylebone is one of my favourite parts of London for couple portraits. The surrounding streets have, well, I should say, if you pick the right ones, the surrounding streets have a lovely relaxed feel. Some of the streets are mad, but the right ones, they're just beautiful. There's interesting little shop fronts, classic London backdrops, and that's all within a few minutes walk of the town hall. So let's move on to reception venues now, and well, as you can imagine, in this part of London, you're completely spoiled for choice. So here's a few ideas. Now, almost across the road from the town hall, you're going to find the Landmark London. It's a magnificent hotel, a great place to stay the night before and to get ready on the day of your wedding. And as you can see, it's really beautiful inside, but you will need permission for professional photography in the public spaces. Now, for smaller receptions nearby, you've got the always reliable Ivy Cafe. Now, in this one, they don't have a private dining room, but it's really ideal for small groups of up to 8 people at a regular table. Nearby, Orrery has a beautiful rooftop terrace and a large restaurant space. Santo Remedio is another favourite of mine, and you can take the upstairs area all to yourself. Beautiful restaurant and very close by. Now, for something a bit more relaxed, there's the Marylebone pub, and actually just across the road from the pub you've got the Marylebone Florist, which might be handy for you, and a few seconds walk away from there you're going to find Kudu, which is a beautiful space with a fabulous private dining room for up to 12 guests. A short cab ride away from the town hall is the very special Mount Street restaurant, which actually has 3 private dining rooms. There's the Scottish room for up to 28 guests, and we've got 2 smaller rooms which I particularly love. I'm really in love with the Italian room there, particularly because it's got its own private adjacent bar which accommodates 12 guests, and next door you've got the Swiss room for up to 14 guests. Now, hopefully that gives you a good feel for what it's like to get married at Old Marylebone Town Hall. Now, my approach to wedding photography, well, it's very relaxed. I believe that photographs should be about the wedding. The wedding shouldn't be about the photographs, which sounds like an odd thing for a photographer to say, but you want beautiful photos of your day, of course, but you don't want to be posing every 5 minutes. This is the kind of wedding photography that I do. I mostly document what's happening naturally, and when we do step away for a few portraits, I make sure that it's quick, it's easy, and it's actually quite fun. There's no awkward posing, I promise that. So if you've got any questions at all, please feel free to get in touch. I do hope you have an amazing day at Old Marylebone Town Hall, and hopefully I'll be there with you.